Kaepernick says he wants to get a deal similar to Cutler's. Stephen A., I give it to you first. Does he deserve such a deal?
Colin Kaepernick absolutely, positively deserves what Jay Cutler's getting.
Okay.
He absolutely, positively deserves what Tony Romo is getting.
Okay.
He absolutely, positively deserves what Matt Ryan is getting. Period. There's nothing to discuss. This guy, in 2 years, a year and a half, really, has taken his team to a Super Bowl and an NFC Championship game. Now, their defense has something to do with it. The coaching obviously has an abundance to do with it. But when you look at the weapons that he's had to work with, some would say, you know, Randy Moss was beyond his prime. You look at Anquan Boulder, we know he could ball. Happy you got your 2-year extension, bro, because you deserve it. You look at a Michael Crabtree, regardless of what Richard Sherman says, I don't consider Michael Crabtree an average receiver. I think he's above average. I'm not going to disrespect him like that. I just think Richard Sherman is an elite corner. That's all that is. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is that at some point in time, what is it about? If it's individual ability, what Colin Kaepernick can do with his athleticism and his legs, okay? Obviously, his arm, in terms of his accuracy, needs to improve, but he's capable of making the necessary throws. But you look at the total package of him as a quarterback, he is a weapon, all right? When you look at that, it speaks for itself. But then you can't ignore his accomplishments. Tony Romo has one playoff victory on his entire resume.
Okay.
Jay Cutler, same thing. One playoff victory on his entire resume. What they have done combined over the course of 8 years, Colin Kaepernick has eclipsed in a year and a half. But they deserve $54 million, $55 million in guaranteed dollars, and Colin Kaepernick does not? In what world? In what world? I mean, this is unbelievable to me that this is even a discussion. Now, if you sat there and said Flacco, Super Bowl championship, if you said Aaron Rodgers, the bad man that he is, okay? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Please, if you said that, no, he does not deserve what they deserve.
Right.
But because you got Cutler on that list, and because you got Romo on that list, and you got Ryan on that list, more so Cutler and Romo as opposed to Ryan, because Ryan did get to an NFC Championship game. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it. Colin Kaepernick deserves his money. Give that man his money. Give that man his money.
My only hesitation here is if we're talking about strictly throwing the football.
No.
I think all those quarterbacks you mentioned throw the football a little better than Colin does at this stage of his 26-year-old career.
But you know, based on those you have supported in the past, that we ain't talking about just throwing.
Okay, we're not, because if we're just talking about QBR, a stat that's 0 to 100, that includes your running capability, your scrambling and your downfield running, Colin Kaepernick, has the third best in the NFL over the last 2 seasons. I will take that to my bank. I will take your bank and raise you a bank, because I would give him more money than Tony Romo, than Jay Cutler, than Matt Ryan, throw them all, except for, you know, obviously the Aaron Rodgers, the top echelon guys. But in this case, yeah, you got to pay this man because he has been very durable. Has he been? I haven't seen him get hurt yet. And again, they sort of went away from their spread option last year, but he ran with the ball a good bit of the time, and he seems to be able to protect himself in ways that my guy RG3 has not figured out how to protect himself just yet. So, yeah, I don't know what's not to like, except that his percentage, his passing percentage, his accuracy declined a little bit last year. Went from 62% that half year that he played
was out,
down to 58. You can make that case. Right. And do I wish that he had thrown one ball about 4 inches farther that would have won the championship game and got them back to the Super Bowl? Sure. But I'm picking nits now, and I won't pick enough nits not to pay him, because I would commit to this young man long term.
So would I. I would commit to him long term. And I'm going to tell you who helped his value more than anybody.
Who?
Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's performance in the Super Bowl against that Seattle defense. Do you remember that just 2 weeks earlier, that was a nail-biter in Seattle?
Oh.
in Seattle.
Now, again,
with Colin
he had a better defense to back him up.
I understand that.
Because his numbers weren't very good.
I understand
14
that.
14 to 24 for 153 and did throw 2 picks.
That's true, but he did make some plays, and he was running with the
I
football.
agree.
And it did make things difficult because he's a dual threat.
Okay.
And that's what makes him formidable, because he can beat you a multitude of ways. Sure. Whereas you've got some guys, they just got to throw the football. That's their only hope.